somehow, that same young man is now gone. This fatal incident, as you know, has raised so many questions and a lot of outrage, not just here at home, but worldwide. No one has more questions than his family. Maybe they're getting close to getting some of those questions now. But for this special half hour, we here on 106 in Park are going to be talking to the family of Trayvon Martin. Please welcome Sabrina Fulton, Tracy Martin, and Javaris Fulton, the family of Trayvon Martin. You all have done a lot of interviews. I guess, what's it like to be in this setting now, talking to this group of young men and women? When you sat down and you just walk in and see a lot of, frankly, Trayvon.
This is actually the group we feel more comfortable with because as I look around, a lot of these young adults remind me of Trayvon, and they're about his same age, and they're wearing some of the same clothes that he would be wearing.
Something you said last week after George Zimmerman was arrested, you said, maybe now, finally, I'll be able to get some rest. You said you hadn't really gotten good rest since your son was killed. How are you sleeping lately?
I'm sleeping a little better now, but I haven't gotten a good night's rest. Even after he's been arrested, I know I said that once he's arrested, I will sleep. But now we have to go to the next step. The next step is making sure that, you know, he is prosecuted and that he does some jail time.
On that point, you, Mr. Bart, you all have said, been quoted as saying, all we wanted was an arrest. I think some people probably took that out of context of what you were meaning at the time, but you were saying that's the first step. But now that you do have the arrest, a lot of people see that as justice, meaning, hey, he's been brought to justice, he gets to tell his side of the story, and whatever the jury may decide, that's justice. But do you see anything less than a conviction as justice in this case?
Most certainly. In this case, my personal feeling is that anything less than a conviction would be an unjust to the family. But then again, we have faith in God, and we just have to put our trust in the judicial system that they see fit that he be punished for the crime that he committed.
Do you have faith in the judicial system? Because that same system almost didn't bring him to justice in the first place.
Well, I think I have faith in the system that's at hand right now. The entity that first was involved with it, I don't have faith in them. But to say that we don't have faith in the system at all, no, we have faith in the system that's applied right now.
Help us understand, what are we missing, anybody here, about Trayvon? Because people think they know the story, they think they know the case, and a few things personally that have come out about Trayvon. We're seeing these pictures that we're familiar with. But what about Trayvon are we missing, or maybe you wish was being told on a national level about who this young man was?
A lot of people try to justify why he was killed, and there is no reason for it. Trayvon was the average teenager. Trayvon loved his family. Trayvon loved to listen to music. Trayvon would have been right here at 106 in Park. He watched this on TV. He wore a hoodie. He wore tennis shoes. He wore sneakers. He wore T-shirts. But he was just an average teenager. He was not committing any crime. He was not doing anything wrong. Simply going to the store and heading back to the house. It could have been any one of you guys.
I want to ask you, you're the brother here now. You're a younger man, not as experienced, so young people are a little more emotional sometimes about things like this. Do you want justice, or does a part of you want vengeance?
I would say I want justice. I don't really have any hate towards Zimmerman, but I do want him to be, held accountable for what he did to my brother.
Are you doing anything different these days in your behavior and how you carry yourself, and more aware of what's around you, who's around you because of this?
Yes, I am. I'm constantly thinking about, if someone's following me, I'm more careful where I'm going.
You all have done a lot of interviews, we know. This one's different, and it's different because of the audience you're talking to. This may be the largest audience, the viewing audience, and certainly we talked about the people in the studio, the young people in the studio. the one there look like they are the same age as Trayvon. So what in the world, from your experience now, can you tell them to ensure that they make it home tonight, tomorrow night, and that their parents don't end up on a couch having these conversations, doing interviews like this? Talk to those young men right now, please.
My advice to the younger audience would be start making yourself more conscious of your surroundings. Start making yourself more conscious of the decisions that you make. Start becoming more educated in conflict and resolution. Learn how to deal with situations without violence. Violence is definitely not the answer. Learn how to get away from certain situations. If you see something being confrontational, find an escape route. I'm sure Trayvon was looking for the best escape route, which wasn't violence, and it just so happened that Trayvon ended up being shot and killed. But Trayvon definitely knew how to resolve confrontations without being violent, and we just want the younger people to start educating themselves a little bit more on conflict and resolution.
I want to add to that we are working on trying to change the laws so that this does not happen to someone else, so that there is not another Treyvan Martin out there and their parents have to go to this as well. So we're trying to make some changes to the law.
Are you all getting yourselves ready? Can you get yourselves ready for the possibility that George Zimmerman may not do any prison time for this, and that he actually might not even go to trial for this? Have you all allowed yourselves to go to that place mentally and get yourselves prepared for that real possibility?
We try to think positive coming from our aspect. And we certainly, it's a lot of diversions going on right now. But we try to stay focused on just trying to do whatever we can in assisting the prosecution and getting the conviction. And that's our main goal here, to get a conviction and to have him sentenced for the crime that he committed.
And you weren't there. Oh, wait, I'm sorry there. Anything he could have done? You mentioned conflict resolution a moment ago to the young people out there. But in this case of your son, is there anything he could have done? Because I don't know how you all felt when you read the affidavit when it said he actually tried to run home. Like he was actually trying to get away, and you talked about him being hunted down like an animal here. Are there just some cases where we cannot protect our children?